Boom, boom. This is Kinder. Everybody, welcome back. All right. For the last couple of days, I've been playing My Hero Academia. I got several people that asked me to review this game. Uh, Something that you wanted to take on the side game. Um, I went ahead and decided to do it, but this is really not the type of game that I play. This is an RPG. It's not really a gotcha game per se. It just doesn't have the actual feeling of a gotcha game simply because you don't get enough of the tickets to really focus on the gotcha, and you really don't. The currency that's used to actually be on the pools, it just exceedingly very not something that you can get enough of to actually do any of the pools. That said, it's boring. Okay, that's that's a smile. You basically just run around. Uh, you basically just run around, get a quest. It's a remedial quest. Do the quest, get the points. Um, you can set everything on auto, which is good in terms if you don't like to, if you're not into the actual, running around on a keyboard and stuff. But yeah, it's just not really the type of game that I want and that I tend to play, offering some. It's also got auto. You can see we can actually start into a quest here. Um, I'm having to use what they gave me because basically, like I said, there's no gotcha. You're going to basically have to give what you want. You're going to have to spend a lot of money. There are people literally spending thousands of dollars a day to try to get all the characters and try to get them all put up to SS plus, which is what they go to up in here. And this is not the type of game that I enjoy playing. They've got an event up with this new character here. They're trying to actually bring things in to make things a little bit, to make things a little bit sore. But as you can see, each of the draws requires a different type of ticket to do things on, making it exceedingly difficult to actually get the characters that you want. If you do want to do a draw, 1750. As you can see, I've only got 3,179, and I have not spent any of these on anything as of yet. So in the 3 or 4 days that I've played in this game, that's all I've managed to get. Okay, so I'm barely going to have enough for one pool. Understand that this 10 times right here, I'm going to use those coins just to do the pool. What they gave me, the 70, I still didn't even get that there. So it's really not a gotcha game in terms of what, I don't know what this, I can't think the signature. So, and as you can see, okay, I got one character, but he's a B character. In the 3 draws that I've done using tickets and whatnot, this is the character I've got twice. Okay, and these others are just shards for other characters. So I didn't get anything useful at all. Okay, so it's really not. So it's not the type of game. I would not suggest playing this game unless you're willing to spend some money on it. Also, there's not a lot of people playing it. They've already shut down China. The CN version of the game's already been closed. Global is doing a little bit better, but it's still well below what I think would be considered needed for relative stability over a long period of time that you get with your other games, such as your Bleaches and your Azur Lanes. And games like that, but yeah, I don't see this happening, and that's why, because it's really not exciting. There are videos out there of people blowing thousands of dollars to get all of these. It offsets the game. It makes it unrealistic capabilities and things like that. So if you're hoping to be competitive in the game, no, you're not. So if you're going to play this game, it's just something that you might want to do to waste a little bit of time. But for me, it's just not the type of game that I enjoy playing. I find it to be boring. I'm not going to go into all the different. As you can see, there's red dots all over the screen. It's another thing I have a distaste for. There are literally thousands of things that peg you throughout the game. You spend half your time just collecting little meaningless rewards because it's so small a portion of rewards that you have to collect all of them for it to amount to anything. And there's no way to collect them all, or there's no quality of life in this game whatsoever. So you're going to have to go around to each of these and collect it. Okay, so here it is. So I'll go to and I claim it. Okay, that's one of them. I have to go back to training benefits and claim that as well too. So that's good. So if I want to do that, I got to claim that as well too. Okay, no, I still got something else. Oh, there, day 3. I can claim these two. Okay. See what see what you're doing. See what's going on here. They should have collect all, so you could literally collect everything that you wanted to, so that you would not have to. I don't want to purchase that. That's actually going to be using some of my coins. Okay, and then you have to go to top up. Okay, that's just actually spend a little bit of money. And then you go to hero list. Hero list is the same thing. Each of the characters you have to actually go into and level them up. You can't automatically do it. It has to be done manually on each one of them. In 3 or 4 days I've been playing this game, I've spent probably literally half of my time clicking on these rewards just to get the rewards. It's ridiculous. See, like on this right here now, there should be a collect all button here somewhere. There's not. So I'm going to have to go to each of these things and click on these. Okay, and obtain each of the rewards. There's some stamina. Stamina is a big thing in this game too here. Okay, so yeah, see, yeah. And I'm not done. I've still got a bunch of stuff under here. See, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, this is not the type of game I play, and the reason it's not the type of game I play is simply because the fact that it's boring and it's not very exciting, and it's just monotonous, and it's one of those what I like to call ADD games, designed for people with attention deficit disorder, where they have to be doing something different all the time. Unfortunately, once you get down to it, you're doing basically the same thing all the time, and that's running from one place to the other, doing a little remedial thing, getting a reward, and then going on to the next one. Okay, so yeah, it's just not my type of game. There's no strategy really in terms of what needs to be done involved. They're beginning to post out events, but yeah, getting the characters that you want is just not something feasible. The characters that they do give you, you can level them up and work them up, and that's what most of the people are saying. Is that if you're going to try to do this from a free-to-play perspective, it's just really not feasible. You can do okay with the base characters that they give you, but yeah, if if you want to just be able to explore and get it, it's just not. So yeah, not a good look, not something that I'm interested in playing. And I just didn't pick this up and play it for 15 minutes and then make this decision. I don't believe in doing that. When I review a game, I play a game, and I've spent 3 to 4 days playing this game, several hours daily each time, just familiarizing myself with the actual. I'll put all the way through the peacekeeping. I'm up into chapter 2 of peacekeeping. So yeah, I just don't see. Yeah, it just there's not a lot of people playing it, and there's not a lot of things going. As you can see, there's really wow. So yeah, I think I'm inside the actual event now. I think they took me inside the event. Yeah, I'm in the event because normally there's one group of people over here, and then there's another group of people right down there, and then usually one right over there, which is where the boss usually sits at. All the screens, yeah, I can actually tell you where all the fights are going to be because they're all the same. So, but yeah, so that's where it's at. So I don't really, yeah, just not my type of game. We'll go ahead and jump into one of these. I'll show you what's going to take about it. So basically, you're going to deploy the 3 characters. These are the 3 that they gave me because I have not been able to get anything else. And then it'll load up a screen here. I'm playing this on BlueStacks, by the way. So if you do want to run the game on an emulator, BlueStacks is functional. I'm sure it works on LD Player and some of the others. But I've really never had trouble with BlueStacks. So the 3 characters that you deploy jump down. You can actually choose who you want to fight first. I usually choose my weakest to fight the first, and he'll go over here and he'll fight that. Now each of the actions, you can see they got a 1/1. That means that each of them can fight, a certain number of times, and basically they can each fight once, and then you can choose anyone to fight on the bottom. There's auto right up here. You want to make sure your auto is checked. Otherwise, you're going to have to, switch around, face them. So it's basically this type of combat. But as you can see, it's all the same. You know, it's just standard mobile game. Nothing weird about it, or nothing new about it. Nothing innovative. So yeah, this is all the game entails basically the whole time. So yeah, unless you're willing to spend a little bit of money to get some of the tickets and whatnot that you're going to need, and get, you know, maybe invest enough to get a couple of characters. This is Nexion, I believe, is the actual production company for the game. So you can expect, as we've seen with Nexion, shut down. They've already shut down the CN version of this game. Was not making enough to really keep it you know, afloat. So that's already been shut down. Global does not appear to be, at this point in time, the numbers are very low. They're not where they would like them to be, but there hasn't been any type of indication that they're going to do shutdown. And they're still pushing out events, entering new characters. On the CN version, they stopped doing any type of. They just kept doing the same thing over and over for the event. They didn't change anything for 2 months. So I think that's when they got, you know, you sort of got the type of indication that it was most likely going to be shut down. So and it was shut down last week. This game hasn't been out for too awful long. So let's go ahead and take our second strongest character up here. Actually, considering how many shards I've been getting for him, it's most likely probably my strongest character right now. But yeah, so yeah, it's just not a good look. I don't like games that that sort of restricts what you can get, and makes it too difficult, or makes you have to pay money just to get some of the other characters in the game. I think you have to play for like 7 or 8 days. They'll give you one of the good characters, an S character, but it's not one of the good S characters. It's not one of the, like in Bleach they give you Kenpachi, you know, and in Azur Lane you can get all the ships pretty much. They have most of the good ships are just, you know, right smack dab. Just by playing one of the levels you'll get all the ships, and you can build the ships. It doesn't cost anything to build them. So when they have an event, they, you know, you use your Wyndham cubes that you gather from playing the game, and you can open up as many as you want to. It all uses the same currency. There's no different currency for different ships or anything like that. And the SSR ship can be pulled by the same currency as an SR or an R ship. So, you know, Epic, Legendary, it doesn't matter. Yeah, and so yeah, having multiple tickets and then restricting the capability to get those tickets is just par for the course for most of the Nexion platform games that I've seen. So this is, yeah, nothing different in that terms. So yeah, it's basically just a run around RPG game. Not a lot of people playing it. Not a lot of people will be playing it. And since it's Nexion, they're not 6 or 7 months. If it's still getting the numbers it's getting right now, they'll probably end up shutting it down. So we'll just have to see. But this is it. Yeah. So you know, it's My Hero Academia. Their strongest hero is what it's called. If this is something that you like to play, then this might be something that you want to look at. You just have to determine how. So this is Midoriya. He is the actual star of the game, My Hero Academia. If you've watched the anime, the anime is actually pretty interesting. Actually, I've watched the anime, so definitely a fan of that. But this game, no. If they ever came out with a pure gacha format game, I might be interested in doing something like that. But this is just not my cup of tea. So I've played a couple of these. Bleach, I think there was a Bleach game. It's the one before Immortal Soul. It came after Braveheart and before Immortal Soul, which is the one I'm playing right now. That was this type of format, and it was unable to hold my attention for very long. And it was the same thing, running around doing all the same things all the time. So yeah, it was RPG format. I can't remember what it is. I'm not even sure if it's still open. It might be. But I play Immortal Soul. That's where I spend most of my time. That's a pure gacha format game. But yeah, so, you know, it is what it is. This is the type of action RPGs running around doing the same thing, having these fights. Then now we'll come up against the boss. So you do 3 fights, then you get the boss. So the boss has appeared. So I'm going to continue now. Anybody can fight the boss. The boss is separate from 3 other fights. So you can, send any one of your characters. You of course want to send your best character. There's also a triangle, elemental triangle in this game, where certain types of characters are more powerful against certain other characters. I'm not going to get into that, but it is mentioned inside of here. I think it's speed beats power, power beats technique, technique beats speed. I think that's what it is. Don't hold me to that. But I think that's the way it's set up. So you definitely want to try to focus on one of each character at the minimum, and that's what they give you. They give you one of each character. So this here's your I think this is your speed, and power is the one with fire, and then technique is the one who we just did in the previous last one. He is our technique, I believe. Is one for all. So as you can see, we're going through pretty good. Not having much of a determination, except you just have to spend, each time you beat quests, just spend your mats. You get enough mats to focus on 3 or 4 characters at max. That's all you can focus on. They don't give you enough materials and enhancement materials to focus on anything more than that. So you just have to, basically the 3 characters that they give you, and if you manage to get up a draw or 2 and get lucky and get another character, then you might be able to, put that one in. Otherwise, you just have to deal with the 3 base characters that you have. I just hope for the best. Okay. So as you can see, I didn't have any really much trouble beating it. So we get out and we're back out into the actual mainland here. The stage is being cleared. Get your base rewards for doing it. And now they're sending us back to the mainland where you see everybody else at. I completed 4-3, so I got 5 shards. So again, even at the end of chapter 4, I'm only going to get another 10 shards for the character I've been getting a lot of shards for. So I'll probably have to make him my massive one. So we're now back out in the real world here. So as you can see, it'll auto path you to wherever you need to go. So we're actually going to finally get to meet Go See All Might. So success, full scale combat was completed. You got the main rewards for that. There is one gear set. Everybody uses the same gear set. So now I'm back out in the main world right now. This is where everybody else is at, and I don't see anybody playing this game right now. I know it's in the middle of the day on a Friday, but you would think that there would at least be some people playing the game right now. I think I'm in a training ground or something. I think there's a way out of here. No, right there's somebody right there. JJ Deku 2. There's just nobody playing this game right now. The screen is virtually blank. There isn't anybody around here. Yeah, it's during the day. Once everybody gets off of school, because I guess that's a lot of the younger kids playing the game. It is based, My Hero Academia is popular with the younger crowd, but yeah, there's just not a whole lot. There's somebody right there. Oh. at another event that they have going on. Yeah, so it is what it is. Okay, so this is what you're facing if you get in here. It's basically just to run around JPG RPG doing whatever you want to do within the game. It's it's not my cup of tea, so I find that a little bit boring. But there there are some that have merits for it. So yeah, another battle. So we're doing the same thing again. You deploy the same 3 people over and over and over and over again. So that's what you got. Not my cup of tea, but I've showed it to you. This is the review of it. You've seen pretty much everything it has to offer. No quality of life as of yet. Understand C inversion's already been shut down, and the numbers on this game, from what I've been hearing, are not as good as the Nexion's probably looking for. So play at your own risk on the global version. They generally let global run quite a long time before they shut it down, even if it's not doing good, such as Overhit. If you remember Overhit, I actually enjoyed Overhit immensely. It hung on for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years before they shut it down. I played it for about a year, pretty much got as high as I could get, and I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong; it was it was nice. I really liked the graphics. I liked the characters, and it pretty much it wasn't really gotcha, but it was more gotcha than this game is by far, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the dynamic gameplay, the strategy involved, forming the teams and stuff. But this just not quite my cup of tea. But if you're willing to dump some money on it to get some of the nice characters, it might be something you want to. But expect to spend a lot. I know that Sin spent about I know for a fact he's dropped $3,000, and he still has not gotten all of the characters, because it takes like 12 copies of a character to actually fully max it to SS Plus, and the chances of getting one are slim to none. So don't multiply that by 12 times. Yeah, you got like a 0.000 chance of getting it done, even after you've dumped that much. So if you're looking to make a top ranked tier team, not unless you're willing to dump $5,000-$6,000. I don't think you're going to see that happen. But it is what it is. But yeah, so not going to be playing it anymore. So this is just a review, given to you like I see it. All right. So this is it for My Hero Academia. Please subscribe to the channel. Once you've subscribed, you'll see the bell. Click on the bell, and you'll be notified each time I do drop a video. So remember to like and share the videos. It does help the channel immensely. So this is Kendrick coming at you from the corner, signing out.